Hello there, I'm Israel Nunez and I go here to West Hills Community College District, and today we're going to be learning about germination in seeds. So first of all, let's take a look at what we have here. We have 1 gram of radish seeds, 1 gram of sunflower seeds, some pipetters, a conical tube, filter paper, 3 petri dishes, acetic acid, and saturated sodium bicarbonate, some pH strips, and a pH sheet for data. So first of all, we want to be organized. So what you want to do is grab a marker or a pen and start labeling. So our first dish, we're going to be labeling it W for water. The next one is base for our base, and A for our acid. First, we're gonna get some water from our sink. So let's go. For convenience sake, I have a bottle of water from the sink, but from home, you would use this and just pour it in our cup for now. And we go back. And you'll take your filter paper and start laying them on your petri dishes. And you want to take your conical tube and get 5 milliliters of your water. And you use your pipette to get an accurate measurement. Now the reason we use milliliters is because in science we use the metric system. And it's one of the most common systems for measurements in the world. So we're at 5. And we're gonna pour the water one into the water dish. And then we're gonna do, again, 5 milliliters. But this time, for our base, we're going to use sodium bicarbonate. So we're going to open a solution and put in 3 drops. 2, 3. You're going to want to make sure to close everything to keep yourself clean. Close the conical tube and then start shaking. Then you pour. So then we're gonna go to the sink and rinse this out. Now the reason we rinse this out is because we need to have an accurate solution. We don't want to contaminate because we're going to get the wrong data. So I would say rinse it out about 2 or 3 times. You can shake. And we'll go back. Then take a separate pipette. Remember, want an accurate reading. And then again, fill to 5. And then take your acid and do 1 drop this time. Close the lid because we don't want any accidents. Then pour it onto your A petri dish. But before that, you have to shake it. So close the lid, shake, and then pour it onto your 8 petri dish. Set this aside. Then you're going to want to take your pH strips. You're going to use 1 for each petri dish. Now the reason we're doing this is for we can determine whether or not how acidic or basic the solution is. So most of the time 7 would be in our water, and that's considered neutral. 1 through 6 is considered acidic. 8 through 14 is a base. So an example of acidic would be orange juice because of the citric acid. And then an example of a base would be bleach. So get each strip, just lay them, and you'll see a color change. Then you'll get your slip and then compare each one, and make sure to write this down on a piece of paper because you will be keeping data. So now that we have our data, we are going to add our seeds. So we have sunflower seeds and radish seeds. So you're going to want to take about 3 and put them on each dish. Then on the radish seeds, we would do the same step. These are a little tricky because they're smaller. Make sure they're spaced well enough. And then close the lid. You don't want to get your lids mixed up, because then the entire experiment will be ruined. And then you would place these on a dark and warm area, and every 2 days you would water your seeds using the same methods: 5 milliliters of water, 5 milliliters of water with 3 drops of the base, 5 milliliters of water, and 1 drop of the acid. And every 2 days you would use your pH strips and continue taking the pH of each dish for about a week. Once you've collected all your data for the week, reminder to keep your seeds and take pictures, as you will be needing these to plant them for another experiment.